Morning, of all the stupid things, I've had to bring something back to Leroy Merlin at Habaneras. Went to the customer services desk. No. You have to go into the car park, right down the bottom end in the Habaneras to take things back. And now I've got to go all the way around to the shop, back to where I was in the first place, to get the replacements. Duh. Hi Bob.
Hi Bob.
Happy Thursday. Hi guys. Today I'm somewhere different. Made a short trip to come and see somebody I've not seen for quite a few years, and I'm down in Cartagena, which is literally less than an hour's drive from Torrevieja. It's less than half an hour's drive from my house. Cartagena's a naval port. If you look in the back catalogue, you will see that we've been here a couple of times, but we've not been here for a while. It's about time we came back. As well as a naval port, I have a feeling some of these yachts here might be owned by smugglers, so they might be stuck there, but it's also a port where the cruise ships come in, and that's why I'm here. I've got a friend here that's on, I suspect, that's great thing. Now I'm parked in the underground car park that's literally next to the port and the marina, and as you see behind me, you've got the main town, or access to the main part of the town, and it's the historic part of the town as well. There's quite a lot of interesting things to see and do in Cartagena. Not going to get a chance to do it today. Have a look in the back catalogue. But the sun isn't out as much as we'd like, but it was still hitting almost 25 degrees, and this is like mid to late October. And another thing, if you've not been here for a while, myself included, this has all changed. This has all been done up. So the Burger King's at the end of this building here. Now, if you've not been here for a while, like I haven't, that place is going to surprise the hell out of you. Because it didn't used to look anything like that last time I came. They were working on it, but I can't remember how long it is since I've been. Anyway, that's about all I'm going to show you from here in Cartagena, and on with the next bit. And we've not said this for a while.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
It's the first time we've been out for a month.
This weekend, the food trucks are on in Torrevieja. We don't know if we're going to get to them or not. They're only on for this weekend. By the time you see this, they'll have been and gone. It's the first time that they've done it.
Should go Sunday lunchtime.
Yes, there's music acts on, as well as the different food trucks and the antique food trucks. Or they look like antique food trucks, is what I understand. So we're in Gran China. When you buy a meal here, it was every 12 euros that you spend in the restaurant, you get a point on the card. So when I first started coming here, I didn't realise that was what the crack was, and I used to leave them here. Now the guys on the table behind us have brought 30 years worth in. There was at least 800, and I think they've just brought them a case of wine. We traded in nearly 180 points, and we got another ornament, another statue for the garden, for Helen's garden, which is like a Buddha.
It's not like a Buddha, it is a Buddha.
It is a Buddha.
It's a Buddha.
It's a Buddha, and it's not plastic, which is what I thought it was. It's actually
Pot.
pot, yeah.
Nice.
And we'll show you later in the video.
It's not as big as the other Buddha, but it's...
No, but it's sat nice in the
It's
corner.
a baby Buddha.
You can't see without it there. It's really bright.
Hang on. We've not actually covered this in here before. Who's having helado? Helado and helado. Him as well? Oh, hang on. You have to push the button. Push the button. Yeah. Dosh. Bye. Look at this.
El amante.
See. And now you guys have seen the robot that's been in here for months. Not much this weekend. Not showing much this weekend. Hang on a sec. Yeah.
Right, I've just found
Summit.
Oh, right, okay. Cheska's found that Heinz still doing a mayonnaise with black garlic, as in black garlic now, just so you know, there's Cheska's little info. Tonight, you're not going to see much. We are having ribs.
And wings.
And wings. And we've done this before.
Yeah,
kind of.
I'm also prepping for my Christmas cake. So today I'm going to put all the dried fruit into a bowl and soak it in a bit of tea, which Andy thought were a bit strange. And I usually put a bit of brandy in it as well, but I think I might actually put some Cointreau in it this time, so it gives it a bit of an orangey flavour.
I've got some Cointreau.
I don't know, I'll look in cupboard, whatever we've got.
Ribs from Carrefour, wings from Carrefour. The ribs were £16.44.
But that was for 3 kilos.
€8.38 worth of chicken wings, which...
They were 4 something a kilo.
There's a hand. There's the ribs. So she'll roast the ribs off first to get a lot of the juice out, and then she'll make
fat.
them.
I get the fat out of them. I render the fat out of them. I only put it on low. Do you think we're going to need potatoes?
I don't know.
I mean, we've got 5 kilos of meat here. That's a kilo of meat each. There's 5 of us.
B&M or Home Bargains, not expensive. It's about €2 a tub for Chinese salt and chili seasoning, which is basically salt, chili seasoning, sugar, and other things.
I know Andy says I never use weighing scales.
230 grams.
What of walnuts, right? But when I'm making fruit cake, I do actually, in a fashion, measure things out. Jessica, just show them my recipe. As you can see there, I don't know if you can see the writing on it, I've actually written my own quantities. Yeah, and I've changed the dried fruit that I put in it as well, because I don't like mixed peel. It doesn't say dates on it, and it doesn't say apricots on it, but I do like apricots and I do like dates, so I put them on instead.
By the time you see this, Halloween's probably going to have been and gone, or it might be out for Halloween. The pumpkins were
$2.99.
from Mercadona.
Yeah, they're a decent size as well, aren't they?
In the Food Co, which was in the last video or so, they were, I think, either $4.99 or $5.99 each. Those of you that's new to the channel, hi, welcome. This
Hello.
is typically what we do.
Well, we don't typically make Christmas cake, but...
Well, no, in the weekend vlogs. Now, what you will find is, if you look below in the description, if you're watching this on our TV, you can't do this, which I didn't realise until last week. So if you want to see extra information about where we've been, where we get stuff, Facebook groups, websites, etc. for various bits and pieces, in the description, so you look on your phone or your tablet or your laptop, you will see the extra information. But what I was really going to say was...
You forgot.
So this is happening. I'm not to. I'll be back. In Deals, which is the Spanish equivalent to Poundland, I believe, they've currently got tea bags. They've got Tetley and Thai food tea bags, something like 70 odd for about €1 something, I think. As opposed to in England, I know usually you can get Tetley tea bags. If you drop right on one of the supermarkets or one of the bargain places, you can get a great big pillar for £5. And also on the videos, I'm going to try and put chapters in so you can skip to the bits that you want to see, and if you want to miss the waffle with us lot, then you'll miss that. So Helen's doing a Christmas cake, as you know, and she's going to add some tea to the fruit.
But if you put, it's better than putting just plain water in, so I'll put tea and some alcohol, but I'm not sure what it needs, what we've got. So I'm going to cover that over, and then I'm going to leave it until tomorrow. And then I'll use this fruit in my Christmas cake, but I'll also use that juice in it as well.
With this, what Helen usually does is roast the ribs to a certain extent to get all the juice and the water and the fat out.
Marinate them after all this has come out of it. They want a little bit longer yet though. They're not quite ready for the marinade yet. But a lot of liquid comes out, and if you put a marinade on before, this liquid that comes out of them just washes it all off, so it's pointless.
Smells. This stuff's great. For the sauce, the marinade for the ribs.
Yeah. honey, runny honey, dark soy sauce, ketchup, Chinese 5-spice powder, sweet chilli, sriracha, and then I'm going to grate about 6 cloves of garlic into it and chop the coriander into it, and that's the marinade for the ribs.
So the kids are doing pumpkins. I say kids, I mean, he's like 25.
No, he's not 25. Stop saying that. That just sounds bad.
It's funny because when I went to Mercadona, you know the little papers that were stuck to the bottom of them with the eyes and everything?
I know.
One of them had not got it, and she goes, "Oh, you've not got it. It's like got a stencil stuck to the bottom of it for kids, to stick it on and cut the stencil face out." And she says, "Oh, you've not got your piece of paper." There it is, look. She says, "You've not got your piece of paper." I says, "It's all right, I don't need it." She goes, "Yeah, but it's for the children, isn't it? They'll need the stencils to cut the face out." I says, "Well, yeah, it is for the children, but she's 17 years old."
Now, the ribs smell great, and there's nothing been done to them at the minute. I don't think we showed what the sauce was like once Helen had finished it, but
There, look.
so it's got lumps of garlic in it.
Coriander.
The oven is on around about 170.
Yeah, it's not hot.
Not hot, low and slow.
They smell lovely.
Lush.
Gong, and if you've not been to Gong,
What you playing
why
at?
not? Hi Lorraine.
Hi, Lorraine.
We go to Gong not as often as Bob would like. Bob would like to live there, but basically we don't, and we can't. Now, Gong do Asian food, fusion food, which has got a bit of a Thai slant. Absolutely fantastic. The service is top notch.
Second to none.
Price wise, cheap as chips. You're in Spain. But the food is fantastic. What they did last year, they are doing this year. Last year, they raised money with the raffle. They raised over 2,130 euros for Big Red Animals Association, for the Little Pod Association, and then also for Happy Animals Villa Martin. They're going to do the same again this year. It's a raffle ticket. The raffle tickets are €10 for a strip of 5.
Actually, can you move them down and let's put...
Have a look on Gong's Facebook. I'll put it in. I'll put a link to their Facebook in the description, so you'll need to look on the phone, on your tablet, on the laptop for details for that. Or if you go on Facebook and just do a search for Gong, they should come up.
Can they go in?
The winner will be picked out by John Curry on New Year's Eve. And basically, what you will get, you will enjoy a complimentary dinner for 2 people every month of 2023, excluding February. For a tenner, cracking. So don't forget, we'll be down there. We're going to go and get some tickets. I think we got some last year.
Yeah,
this
we're
year.
definitely going to get some more, but...
No, we got some last year. That was it. Get it back.
Yeah. No February, because I think Lorraine goes to Thailand in February. I think that's what that's all about. But you're not going to find a better meal than that, really.
No, and once a month. Bear in mind the menu changes every week there, and I think the menu price at the minute is around about 17, 18 euros. Cracking. Lorraine, we'll see you soon. And back on with a weekend vlog. Salt and chili wings and... Happy Sunday. Sun's out.
Happy Sunday.
And we're literally just outside the town centre, not by much. In fact, I'd probably even class this still as part of the town centre. Where beach.
This is the area, the Efekion. There's a Central Saloon just up there, which is the Efekion Central Saloon. Is it Guardia Civil?
Guardia Civil there, yeah.
The Social Security Office, the big Social Security Office. That's where we are.
And we're heading to the Station Park, as it's called, which is just over that way. And this is where they've got the food trucks. As I understand it, this is the first time that the food trucks have been here. Yeah, don't mind me, it's a crossing. Edit that bit out. This is the first time the food trucks have been here in Torrevieja, to my knowledge. I am not sure if it's the same food trucks that have also been seen in Alicante and Elche in the past. But we're going to go and see what we can
It's really
get.
warm actually. It's the 23rd of October and I'm not sure exactly what temperature it is, but it's still really pleasant.
I would say mid-20s possibly.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more. There's a skate park here as well, just there look.
Yeah, and go Bob. But it also looks like there's a craft fair and they've actually got portaloos here as well. As well as having food at this event and the artisan market, they've also got bands on, or they've had bands on, or they've had musicians on since this was started. It was only on Friday, Saturday and today's Sunday obviously. The band today is a tribute to the Beatles. Well, that was short and sweet.
Yeah, a bit disappointing really. There's not as many food trucks here as I thought they'd be, and what is here is quite expensive.
So we're going somewhere else.
Yeah, I think we've watched too many Thailand videos, that's our problem.
Yeah, we've been spoiled.
The thing is, what we've got to remember is, it's like when we come to, for example, the medieval market, the food stalls on there are expensive, and this is no different really. I mean, you're looking at paying 9 or 10 euros for a burger there, which, even in a restaurant.
My suggestion would be, is if you see something like this, and this is me off the cuff, you will probably have a better experience and more choice at Lemon Tree Market.
100%.
Probably, yeah.
And it costs you less.
Yeah, definitely.
But we say it as it is, and now you've seen it. So if
I
you
mean,
see
it's
another one,
interesting to come and see it. I'm glad we've come to see
really,
it.
really busy.
I was just going to say that, it's mega busy, so there are lots and lots of people here enjoying the Sunday afternoon with the family, which is really nice to see. But for us, we're going to go and get something to eat somewhere else.
Many months ago, we mentioned this place where we're sat right now, and Maddie's been here a couple of times, but we've never been here ourselves, we've never vlogged it. And we're in Torrevieja, basically town centre. If you go to where the waterfall is, the fountain, and go 2 streets back from there, roughly, this is where we are. And we're at Red Roo.
for all you guys watching today. When we do restaurant reviews, we never say bad things about a restaurant because I know where you're going with this. Yeah, I don't like. Anybody can have an off day, and being a restaurant owner myself, it's quite damaging if people say bad things. So we never ever say bad things about meals. Maybe once we have done, but it was extremely bad.
That was up in a lever 2 years ago. You
will tell whether or not we've enjoyed a meal by our reaction. If we've enjoyed a meal, we will say lots about it. If we've not had the best meal, we won't say anything about it. So that's how to tell.
And if it's really, really bad, we won't even show you the video.
If it's really bad, there've been a couple of things places that we've been to and takeaways that we've had. We've not even put them on YouTube. We've not done anything about them. But if it's been okay, then we'll still do a restaurant review about it. But we'll not actually say whether we've enjoyed it or anything. If it's a really good meal, then we will say that. We'll say that we've had a really good meal and that we've enjoyed it. We rave about it, and you can tell that we've had a good time. If we don't say anything, maybe it's not the best meal in Torrevieja or wherever we are, just so you know.
We've never had a bad, apart from the one in Leroy, we've not had a bad one. Some of them might just be average, or we might think we can get a similar meal for a better quality. That's probably the best way of putting it, isn't it?
And if I can just add my 2 pence to it, if I tell you not to go somewhere, means it's brilliant.
It's because my dad didn't want to risk it, us turning up and not being able to get a seat because you guys have already taken the seats up.
Like we can never get into Gongs now.
Yes. Yeah, Gongs is always booked up. In fact, we even look, it's 23rd of October today. My dad's birthday is the 9th of November, and we looked yesterday to book to get into Gongs for his birthday, and they've got no indoor seating left, it's all booked up. So that's why he says don't come, because he can't get in. Right, I want
the mostess with the hostess. Go.
Yeah.
I've not even had a drink. Oh, balls. Start again.
I don't know what he's saying because he's talking gobbledygook. I'm making my Christmas cake, so I do follow a recipe-ish for the Christmas cake. The fruit that I soaked yesterday, I've just got out of the fridge, is here. It's absorbed all of the liquid that I put in there. So
and what was in the liquid, just to remind me?
The liquid, I put tea, rum and Cointreau. But that's lovely and plump there. It's really, and I put more fruit in it than it says in the recipe as well, so the cake might not hold together. Not necessarily,
I mean, there are still some bits that are dried, for want of a better word. Wrinkled is what I think I'm trying to get to.
But it has plumped up a little bit. I mean, in the recipe it says how much sherry does it say to stir into it? 3 tablespoons full of sherry. I put a cupful of tea plus a big glug of.
Does it mention tea in the recipe, or
no?
How come you add tea then?
I always have done.
But what gave you that idea?
I've got no idea. I've just turned the oven on because the oven needs preheating, but you only put it on to 150 because it's got to cook for about 3 hours and it needs to cook slowly on a low heat. And then I need to line my cake tin. I've got loads of cake tins, but this is the right size for a Christmas cake because it's deep. I need to line it with grease-proof paper.
When you've got a tin there, you're filling with water.
I put boiling water in the bottom of the oven.
In the oven itself, so you don't put the cake in that?
No.
Right, so the water is going in the bottom, so it acts as like a steamer.
Oh, I sort of, it just keeps it moist. Right, when the cake mix actually goes in there, that'll push all that out to the side. So that's just sort of prepped for now. Yeah, I've not made a Christmas cake for quite a few years because nobody else likes it, only me. And I used to make one when my mum were alive because she liked Christmas cake, so we used to have one between us. But I decided this year, you can buy Christmas cakes, but they never taste as nice as homemade, so I'm making my own Christmas cake this year.
In there is the fruit and the chopped walnuts, yes?
And I'm also going to put in, into there, the syrup and the milk.
A tablespoon.
I like it sweet. There we go.
Helen's got unsalted butter.
It's hard though, I should have had it out at fridge really.
Is it like in England where it's got the measurements, the weight measurements on the side?
I don't think so.
On the paper?
Oh, that's handy.
There you go, look. If you didn't know this.
No, except
But at that end it's not been done from that
yeah,
end.
but
But if you didn't know, anyway, let me just turn that off so you can possibly see it. You'll see there, look, you've got, if you cut it at those intervals, allegedly it's that much weight.
Except I'm cutting it in thin slices because it's hard. It should have been out of the fridge. Dark brown sugar and the butter that I'm meant to be creaming together. It says to use a whisk, but I'm old-fashioned, I like a wooden spoon. But we didn't take the butter out of the fridge and it's rock solid. So I'm just going to go and sit down and do it a little bit.
What's that?
That's allspice. Ginger.
Ground ginger.
Yeah. And cinnamon.
No!
So therein is sieved flour and spices.
Yeah.
Oh, you double
3 times.
3 times. Okay.
Yeah. It aerates it a bit as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many of you lot, or how many of you lot, when you were kids, had parents that would bake, make cakes, make bread, that sort of thing? And then how many of you lot that had parents, I mean, even you might have even done it yourself as a kid. I mean, we used to always help my mum with baking. When they were making a cake, they'd make the mixture with the flour, the eggs, the sugar, and you used to fight with your siblings over who was going to lick the bowl out. Unheard of in this day and age, because it's got raw eggs in it.
Well, my kids always still lick the bowl out when I make a cake, but a lot of parents don't make cakes anymore, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's like, that's possibly one good thing, if you can have such a thing, that came out of lockdown, is people started baking. People started cooking at home. They rediscovered things from a bygone era.
Well, I've always, every birthday, I mean, it's only been the last couple of years that the kids have preferred a cheesecake or something to a birthday cake, but I always, from Maddie being a baby, well, from Maddie having her first birthday, I've always made birthday cakes for them. And we've always done a fair bit of baking.
I mean, I can remember when I was a kid, every now and again we go to relatives that lived on the outskirts of Mansfield towards Derby and Nottingham, and when we went, my great aunt Gert, I think it was, she used to bake bread, and when you walked into that old terraced, Victorian terraced house, and there was just the smell of bread, fresh baked bread, when you walked through the door that hit you. It was fantastic.
Well, my dad used to make bread, because I can remember when I was a little kid, there was actually a bread strike.
Right, okay.
So my dad used to make bread because you couldn't buy it in the shops. I don't know if anybody can remember that.
I don't remember that.
I made bread during lockdown.
I was about to say you made bread during that lockdown, and that was great. The other thing lockdown made us all appreciate was getting out of the house.
Yeah, because we weren't allowed out of the house at all.
And spending time with family.
Yeah.
It also made us appreciate not spending time with family.
I think we did all right actually during lockdown. We didn't have any fallouts, I don't think.
We didn't kill each other. Don't know how that happened. So there is the cake mix. There's a bit of liquid in there, which is probably not going to hurt.
Well, it says that you put the liquid in it as well, because it's quite a stiff mixture at the moment. I have put quite a lot more dried fruit in it than it says, so whether it actually sticks together as a cake or just collapses and falls to pieces, I've got no idea.
She's washed her hands.
Yeah.
Very sugary.
Me and Augusta.
No?
You've not tried it?
A mí no me gusta.
Not Ellen's cake in particular. I just don't like Christmas cake or Christmas pudding. I've said that before.
A mí no me gusta.
We'll introduce a feature every weekend vlog where Francesca
corrects Andy's mispronunciation.
and gives you a new word to learn. How's that?
Well, that's the only way that you will learn Spanish if I do not correct you.
You've got to be able
You
to
don't
be told that you're doing it wrong to learn how to do it right.
See you later.
Everybody corrects me with
Bye.
English and everybody
Bye.
corrects me with Spanish.
Bye.
So ciao.
Bye, Helen.
That it will stay wrapped in that until Christmas.
Helen's just going to check the cake to see how well it's cooking.
Well, it's been,
cooking-
it's been in for 2.5 hours now. A tiny bit longer. Yeah.
That actually looks quite nice.
Yeah, it's nice and spongy. Look.
For how many, Alan, now?
It's done for 2 hours and 40 minutes.
It does smell good, don't get me wrong.
I think you should have a little, when I cut it eventually, I think you should have a little taste of it.
I'll do that. I can't not do that. It does
Actually,
smell
what
really
I'll
good.
do is I'll leave it in the cake tin until it's cooled down. Then I'll turn it out and I'll fold that over it, but wrap it in cling film. And then about twice a week, I'll put some holes in it with skewer and just tip a little bit of brandy into it.
I think that's it for this weekend.
It is, yeah. I'm a sweaty mess now because it's really warm in this kitchen. So,
Hope you've enjoyed it.
yeah, don't forget,
Like,
subscribe. It's
Ring
free
that.
to do.
yeah, ring that bell. But listen, if you don't know how to do it or you're not bothered about doing it, that's fine. No problem at all.
But I think most people that watch us are not actually subscribed to us.
But there's people that's got like 600,000 plus that's not got that many subscribers compared to how many views they get. I'm waffling.
You are. That's it. It's pronto.
See you next week.
Bye.